Good morning, guys. So, in the last class, we have done till community. So, we are saving the levels of organization in the ecology. In that, we are having individual, population, a community, ecosystem, biome, and biosphere. So, in the last class, we have done till the community. So, now we are moving to the topic ecosystem. Okay. Ecosystem. So, what do you mean by term ecosystem? Ecosystem is nothing but it brings a balance in the system. Ecosystem is simple. What it thinks it brings a balance in the system is known as ecosystem. Otherwise, it can be defined as ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of biosphere. Guys, please try to concentrate on the words what I am uttering. It's this structural and functional unit of biosphere. See, so I want to divide the entire definition in simple and crispy manner. Structural and functional unit of biosphere. Structural and functional unit of biosphere consisting of community of living organisms and environment both interacting and exchanging between them material between them. Guys, I want to make it as easy as possible. So, it's structural and functional unit of biosphere. Ecosystem is nothing but the structural and functional unit of biosphere consisting of community of living organisms and environment, both interacting and exchanging material between them is known as ecosystem. Guys, till now we have seen the terms like what is ecology, so what is environment, and its individual, population and community. So we can relate all those things here, guys. This ecosystem is a structural and functional unit of biosphere. So what is the structural and functional unit of the human being? Like cell. In this structural and functional unit of biosphere. Okay. So what do you mean by biosphere? So biosphere, as I said earlier, is the place where life can exist. That is both air, land and water junction is known as biosphere. Okay, is the structure and functional unit of biosphere consisting of community of living organisms and environment. Guys, I have detailed explanation about the community of living organisms and environment. That is, I said ecology. Community of living means ecology is the relation between the living organisms and with the environment. Like that, it consists of community of living organisms and environment, both interacting and exchanging material between them. Okay, means in here they have done the entire concept, guys, entire clear concepts of these things. So let us take an example. So we have a small plant, okay, and a tree. Okay, and next we have soil. Okay, and we have the fish. Okay, so and we have some reptiles. Okay, so in an ecosystem, all the things, all the living organisms are interacted with each other, guys, and with the environment. Means, okay, so that their dependence on each other will survive and make us the good healthy life. So if we take one example, if we take one from this ecosystem, the entire ecosystem will be damaged, guys. So in this, each and everyone will dependent on each other, guys. Dependent. Okay? Dependent on each other for their existence, such that both interacting and exchanging material between them. Both means the living organisms and environment. They are interacting and exchanging material between them, guys. Okay? So like this plant, tree, and we have human beings also. So this depend upon the plants for their existence. Like this, everyone depend on one another for the surveillance and exchanging material between them is known as ecosystem. Guys, clear? So we had done what is individual. Individual is a single species, and population, group of species. Community. Community is nothing but group of same species is the population. Community means we have different species. Okay, but in ecosystem we have the livings and we have the living organisms and the environment and the biosphere exchanging material between them, guys. We need to have clarity, guys. What is community and what is the difference between ecosystem and community? All this. In community we have only different species of organisms, but whereas in ecosystem we have different species of organisms along with the components of the environment and along with the it should be exist in the biosphere. So it is known as ecosystem. So please try to concentrate on the terms, guys. Means biosphere, living and non-living, and environment. Okay, and both interacting and exchanging material between them. Okay, so you need to pick up the points which are required as eclipse. Okay, so in such a way you can get the clarity, guys. Okay, so ecosystem. If one part of the ecosystem is damaged, it has its impact on everything, guys. For example, if in the ecosystem there is no plants, then its animals become very difficult for their prey, guys. So in the ecosystem, each and every organism is very, very important. Otherwise, their survival on the others will become very difficult, guys. If the ecosystem is healthy, if we have good ecosystem, then it's all the elements in the ecosystem will be healthy, guys. So their survival will become the good, and they can reproduce the more. So ecosystem is such a way that it's have both living organisms and environment, and it's interacting and exchanging material between them. So where at the place of biosphere, biosphere is a place where air, land, and water coexist. Guys, clear? Okay. So let us move to the components of the ecosystem. Okay, components of the ecosystem. Components of ecosystem. So if you divide the components of the ecosystem, we have two components, guys. That is abiotic and biotic. So in previous class I have informed you what is abiotic and what is biotic. Abiotic is nothing but which do not have the life, so not life. The biotic components are which have the life. So these are simply called as non-living organisms, and these are living organisms, guys. So what are the abiotic components? We have the temperature, rainfall, substratum, latitude and altitude. Okay, sunlight, all these things. Okay, so all these which are not having the life are called as abiotic, and the biotic we have the producers, yes. So we have simply producers, means autotrophs. Okay, so in simply we can say that autotrophs. Autotrophs and heterotrophs. Okay, so I will explain in detail what are autotrophs and what are heterotrophs. So first of all, let us see the water abiotic component. So in this we have temperature, rainfall, substratum, latitude and altitude, and sunlight. So temperature, so guys, one very important is for any place to describe its conditions, its ecosystem, the two main components are temperature and rainfall. So we can say the rainfall or precipitation. Okay, precipitation. So depend on these two categories only, their surroundings, their existence, their all the vegetation and depend guys. So temperature and rainfall are the two main important criteria. So the temperature and the rainfall are the maximum at the equator guys. So equator means you should know what the latitude and the longitude concept of the earth, so that you can clearly get guys. So for example, I will simply explain here guys. So this is the earth guys, this is equator. Okay, equator, this is tropic of Cancer. Okay, this is tropic of Capricorn. Okay, and this is the polar. Okay, guys, this is the environment, this is the geographic concept. So simply I am explaining right now. So here the equator, so the sunrise fall more on the equator guys. So here the temperature and the rainfall will be more. As it passes towards the polar, the sunlight will be decreasing guys. So the sun becomes slant over here. Okay, so here direct sunrays will form, but here it will be slant guys. So its distribution will be more. So that's the reason here we can find the more temperature than the polars. Okay, so temperature and the rainfall. So as the temperature is more, its rainfall will also be more guys. So from here to here, the temperature will go on decreasing and the rainfall also go on decreasing. So this is a simple concept guys of the latitude and longitude. So I have mentioned here guys latitude. So this is a latitude guys. Okay, this is equator is a latitude, tropic of Cancer. So what are the horizontal lines that we draw towards the earth is known as the latitudes guys. So what is the difference between latitude and altitude? Latitude is the horizontal line for to know the location of the earth is the latitude guys, this side. But what is altitude? What it is height guys. So we should know what is difference between altitude and the height also. Altitude measures the distance from the sea level guys. Okay, from the sea level if you measure any distance, it is known as altitude. What is height? It is from a point to point guys. If you measure the distance from point to point, it is known as the height. Whereas the altitude is not the from point to point, it measures from the sea level to some extent guys. It is known as altitude. So we should know clear-cut definitions of each and terms guys. It's the exam UPSC wants this only. So when anyone is having clear-cut concept, they can play with the subjects guys. Okay, latitude and altitude, height. Okay, clear guys? Okay, good. Now the temperature rainfall I have explained. The substratum. Substratum is nothing but the soil guys. Okay, soil. So depend upon the soil, their vegetation, their forest, all those things will be going to exist. So we are doing the deforestation and erosion. All those things are the major causes for the soil degradation and land degradation. So sunlight guys. So I have explained how sunrise will fall on the earth. So these are the abiotic components which we are required for the survival for to exist guys, for with the help of these things. Okay, now I will come to the biotic component. In biotic I have simply given the as autotrophs and heterotrophs. So I will explain in detail guys. What are autotrophs? Autotrophs are the things which prepare food by themselves. Means they prepare food by themselves. Food by themselves. Okay, so how the food prepared by themselves? Through the process of photosynthesis guys. Okay, photosynthesis. Through the process of photosynthesis, they prepare food by themselves. So we have photosynthesis as 6CO2 plus 6H2O is equals to 6H12O6 plus O2. So in the presence of sunlight, in the process of photosynthesis, Okay, guys, clear? 6CO2 plus 6H2O gives rise to 6H12O6 plus O2 in the presence of sunlight and photosynthesis. So that's why we can say the plants release oxygen which will be taken by the human beings, and 6CO2 this will come from the what we release from our system, guys, and this water they will get from the roots. Okay, in this way the plants prepare food by themselves. So the examples of the autotrophs are green plants, guys. Okay, green plants, green plants. Okay, clear? So autotrophs are the one which prepare food by themselves in the through the process of photosynthesis. So in this way they prepare food by themselves. The examples are green plants. Okay, so fine. Now we will move to the second topic, heterotrophs. Okay, I will explain here. Heterotrophs. Heterotrophs. So guys, their autotrophs, their heterotrophs. Auto means self, oneself, means they prepare food by themselves. Heterotrophs, they can't prepare food by themselves. They depend on some other for their food, guys. Means they depend upon the autotrophs for their food. Okay, heterotrophs are the one which depend upon the autotrophs for their food. In heterotrophs we have the, so heterotrophs are nothing but the consumers, guys. So consumers, okay. So we have primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, and omnivores. So primary consumers are herbivores. Example, goat. These are primary consumers, guys. And secondary consumers are wolf. Okay, and tertiary consumers are called lion. And omnivores, guys. Omnivores means both plants and animals they can eat. Okay, so like human beings. Okay, example, human beings. Okay, guys, I want to explain clearly. So in biotic we have autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs means they prepare food by themselves in the process of photosynthesis. So that is the way how they prepare food by themselves. So the example is green plants. Okay, heterotrophs means they can't prepare food by themselves. So they depend upon the autotrophs for the food. So they are called as the consumers. Okay, so consumers we can divide into these categories, guys. Primary consumers we have called herbivores. Guys, please try to have concept clarity. Okay, heterotrophs means what? Herbivores. Herbivores are the consumers. So called as primary consumers. So goat can't directly eat the lion, guys. So goat can eat the plants. Means that's why we are calling herbivores as the primary consumers. So whatever the plant material exists over there, those will be eaten by the goats. And goats can't eat the lion. Okay, so wolf. So the wolf will eat the goat. Okay, and the lion can eat the wolf. So and the omnivores are the one human beings, guys. They eat both plants and animals. Okay, guys, clear? Fine. So shall we move to the next topic? Okay, good. So now we will see the classification of ecosystem, guys. Classification of ecosystem. Classification of ecosystem. Okay. So in classification of ecosystem, we have two ways. One is territorial, and the another one is aquatic. Okay, territorial and aquatic. So in territorial we have desert. Okay, so territorial is nothing but lands, guys, on soil. So what are the ecosystems that exist on the land? So we have the deserts. So deserts exist on the lands. Deserts, grasslands, and third one, forest. So all these Three are ecosystems which exist on the territorial. So and aquatic we have fish, marine and saline. So depend upon its ppm, it means parts per thousand component, guys. So so marine will be having approx 35 guys, 35 ppt. So the freshwater have 0.5 like that, guys, 0.5, and it has 35 plus. Okay, 35 plus 35 plus ppt. Okay, depend upon this ppt means salinity is divided into fresh aquatic, marine and saline, guys. Okay, classification of ecosystem: territorial and aquatic. In territorial, desert, grasslands and forest. Okay, in aquatic, fresh, marine and saline, guys. So they may be different, or but aquatic we have fresh, marine and saline, because depend upon the those salt content we have different we have classified into those three categories, guys. Okay, so now let us move to the next topic, guys. So next topic is, so one more concept, guys. What do you mean by homeostasis? Homeostasis. Homeostasis is nothing but the ecosystem which has the self-regulating capability. Means ecosystem which has the self-regulating capability. Guys, in simple I will say one example. In our body, the function of the liver is self-regulating, guys. So we are not informing liver function. So it's like self-regulating, means if there is any issue, it's resolving by itself and moving ahead is known as self-regulating. That is known as homeostasis. Homeostasis. Okay, ecosystem capable of regulating itself. Okay, self-regulating. Okay, so guys, we are studying ecosystem, its functions, its components and classification communities. So what are the uses of the ecosystem? Benefits, advantage. What ecosystem gives us? Okay, advantages means we can say goods and services, guys. Goods and services of ecosystem. So what are the things that we can provide, that we can get from the ecosystem? Like food, guys. Food, fuel, purification of air and water, okay, and decomposition of waste, okay. So like that we can get things as, so food, fuel, purification of air and water, decomposition of the waste components, so that as we explained previous, so food are the material which we get from the outgrowth, case. Okay, and the fuel so the plants, animals, all those things are very useful for the fuel that we get. And the purification of the air and water, as I said, homeostasis. Ecosystem is homeostasis. So purification of air and water will take place automatically, guys. So the decomposition of the waste, okay, and we get many factors, guys, like conservations of the environment. Okay, so many things we get from the ecosystem, guys. Okay, guys, clear? Shall I move to the next topic? Okay, good. Okay, so here we see now important concept, guys. Ecotone. What do you mean by ecotone? Ecotone, very important, guys. Very important. The good concept also. Ecotone is nothing but area of junction between two or more two or more diverse ecosystem. Guys, diverse guys, not same. Diverse ecosystem. Okay. So area of junction between two or more diverse ecosystem is known as ecotone guys. Guys, this is very important concept. Why? Because so the existence of a biodiversity plays an important in the ecosystem. Area of junction guys. What is the area of junction? Means for example, if you take the land guys, the land ecosystem, land and the aquatic. Okay, so as the definition mentioned, so two or more. So this is one, this is one, this is two. Two or more and the diverse. So this is land, this is aquatic. Okay, area of junction. So this area guys, this area. So this area of junction between two or more diverse ecosystems is known as ecotone. So this is known as ecotone guys. Okay, ecotone. Area of junction between two or more diverse ecosystem is ecotone. Okay, ecotone. Okay. So guys, here the organisms plays a very important role in the system guys. Okay. So what are the examples of ecotones? So if you take the mangroves. So mangroves, so they have the between the territorial ecosystem and aquatic. Okay, so mangroves between the territorial extent and aquatic extent. So the Sundarban Delta, we have the good source of the mangroves. So they exist between the territorial and aquatic, and we have the like grasslands. Okay, so grasslands exist between the grasslands. So these are between the land and desert. Okay, so like that we have mangroves, grasslands, and all those and the examples of the aquatic gas. Okay, and we have the estuary. Estuary is the place. Estuary guys. Okay, I will write over here. Estuary. Okay, estuary we have river and sea. So river and sea. Guys, see, I said two or more diverse. These two are diverse. The river is different from the sea. And this is one type of ecosystem, this is one type of ecosystem. So these are the examples of the ecotone guys. Very important concept guys. Okay, territorial and aquatic. We have mangroves, we have the examples of Sundarbans. And land and grasslands, we have the so between the land and desert, we have the grassland ecosystem guys. So very important. And this estuary is the place where the river meets the sea. So this forms the ecotone guys. So these how ecotones are formed and what is criteria. So now let us see the characteristics of ecotones guys. Characteristics. What are the characteristics that ecotone may exist? Okay, characteristics of ecotones. Characteristics. So if you see the characteristics of ecotones, so its ecotone may be narrow or wide gas. So depending upon its junction, depending upon its interacting, it may be narrow or wide. Okay, narrow or wide. Okay, so the conditions. So what are the living conditions required in the ecosystem? May be from those two edges, from those two adjoining ecosystems, means intermediate conditions. Okay, intermediate conditions. Guys, intermediate conditions is nothing but, so whatever the conditions exist over here, so some come from this side, so some things come from this side. So this is the intermediate conditions. It may be narrow or wide, means it will be like this, or it will be the bigger also. And third one is progressive increase in species, guys. Progressive increase in species. Okay, like for example, it is an ecotone, so some species comes and goes and all those things happens. Okay, so increase in, so progressively the species will be increased in the ecotone base. So simply in concepts so it will be narrower weight, intermediate conditions, progressive increase in the species. So these are the characteristics of the ecosystem base. Okay, shall we move to the next topic, guys? Clear? Do you have any doubts or okay? Fine, good. So now we will move to the next topic. Okay, so now, so when we can say that ecotone is well developed, guys? So when we can say that the ecotone is well developed, so when the ecotone means the, I explained here now, guys. So it's land, it's aquatic. So the place of junction, yes, is ecotone. Okay, so when we can say that the ecotone is well developed, so when the species occupying at the ecotone is different from the land and aquatic, then we can say that it is well developed, guys. So when the species which are present at this junction are not belong to the either sides of the ecosystem, then we can say that the ecotone is well developed, guys. For example, we can say that generally we use in our homes. If you go to some other place, if you settle over there, their conditions, their means the environment factors, if we habituated over there, and if we settle, then we can then our parents simply call us acha hai, means so our son is well settled. Like that, if the species over here have the not species which are adjacent of the two ecosystems, then we can say that the ecosystem is well developed, guys. Okay, the different species present here, guys, not belong to this ecosystem or this ecosystem, then we can say that ecotone is well developed. Okay, good. So now we will see what is edge effect, guys. Edge effect. So this is land now, guys. This is land, this is aquatic. Okay. So now what do you mean by edge species? So edge species is nothing but the number of species. So the number of species present at the ecotone is more and each have the rich in density, guys. So the species present over here are the more in number and it has more density. Then those species are called as edge effect, guys. So then those things you can call as edge effect. So the number of species present over the ecotone is much more than the both adjacent, guys. Okay, so what are the species present here, what are the species which are present here? So isse bhi, so यहाँ पे ज़्यादा है, means the area of junction have more species and its density also more, guys. Species density also more, then we can say that it is edge effect. Okay, guys, clear? Edge effect. So it's very important question. So more number of species present over here than its adjacent ecosystems and its density also more is known as edge effect. Okay, edge effect. Guys, UPSC interested in asking this question, guys. Edge effect means something like edge, we have the species, all those things. So in this way UPSC made tricky questions. Okay, edge effect. Now we will see what is edge species. Edge species. Edge species. So edge species are the living organisms which occupy primarily in the ecotone. Means those are the living organisms which come at the first instance primarily and also more abundant in number, guys. Those are known as edge species. Okay, edge species are the species which occupy the ecotone primarily, okay, as earliest or possible, or how more abundant in number is known as edge species. Okay, so what are the so for example, on the territorial land, the edge species we can say that as birds. Why? Because if you take the forest or if you take the desert, means two ecosystems. So the primarily species that comes to the that ecosystem will be birds. So in that ecotone, we can say that birds are the edge species. Okay, guys, concept clear? Edge effect, edge species. Okay, shall I proceed to the next topic? Good. Okay. So, guys, I have explained about niche in the previous class. Now I will give clarity. Means I want to explain very in detail about the niche. So as I said in the previous class, niche in simple is the role an organism play in ecosystem. Role an organism plays in ecosystem. Okay, is simply we call as niche. So a role an organism plays in the ecosystem through the process of biological, chemical and physical. Means through all this process to survive, means to be stay healthy and survive, the role that organisms play through biological, physical and chemical process is known as niche, guys. Niche. Okay, so niche is a very important concept, guys. Okay, so no two species have the same exact or identical niche. Okay, so I will explain you guys. So if among you two species have the same niche, then it's very difficult for you to survive, guys. Why? Because they both require same place to stay. So they both require the same food which they want. So have you seen any person in the world alike? No. Why? Because no person can't be alike, guys. If any two persons are alike, it's very difficult for them to survive, guys. So niche is a term which are exactly not two same identical characteristics. Okay, clear, guys? So niche is the species, means the niche is the and role an organism play in the ecosystem. Okay, so in the world no two species are alike. Even the plants, animal, anything else, no two species have exactly same identical characteristics. Okay, so what are the types of niche? So we have the type of niche as habitat niche. Okay, habitat means they fight for the habitat, and the second one is food niche. Okay, and reproduce niche, and the fourth one is physical and chemical. Okay, like they depend on temperature, rainfall, all those things. Okay, so there are types of niche like the habitat niche, food niche, the way of reproduction, the way of they reproduce, and the physical and chemical appearance, like those depends on temperature and the rainfall. So these are the types of niche in the ecosystem, guys. So if any species are alike, their habitat become very difficult, guys. So it's very good not to have the same characteristics of the species. Okay, so that the living organisms can be conserved. If there is such a situation, whatever the new things born on this earth, those survival will become exist, guys. Why? Because both the species require the same things, so they survive. So whatever the prey that need, so then उसका पूरा खत्म हो जाएगा, guys. Okay, so it's very difficult to have the same characteristics of the species. Okay, so now let us move to the next topic, guys. Okay, so we have done with the ecosystem, guys. So I just want to recall what we have done in the ecosystem. So ecosystem, we have seen this definition, guys, and later on we have seen what will happen if it is disturbed, and it's the component of the ecosystem, and its classification we have seen, guys. Okay, classification of how it has been classified, and it's what is homeostasis. Okay, and the sources that we get from the ecosystem. Okay, sorry. Okay, and next we have gone to the topic ecotone. Apoton, what is meant by apoton, its characteristics. Okay, when we can say that the apoton is well developed, and the things like edge effect, edge species, okay, and the niche. So these are the concepts which are done in the ecosystem, guys. Now let us move to the next topic, biome. Okay, biome. So we have done individual, population, community, ecosystem. Now we are moving to the topic biome, guys. So biome. What is biome? Okay. So territorially ecosystem is divided into the different zones called as biomes. Guys, in previous class I have explained you what is biome means. In simply I have given the biome means like it has been divided into tundra, taiga, tropical, temperate. Those things I am going to discuss right now. Biome means the territorial land, guys. So whatever the territorial land that exists in, and we have divided into some biomes for our clarification, for our understanding to study, guys. So those things are called as, so those things have been divided depend upon this rainfall and temperature, guys. So rainfall and temperature plays a very role in the ecosystem. See, guys, so if you take, okay, temperature, precipitation, so temperature, precipitation. So here you can say dry gas, dry, wet, okay, warm, cold. Guys, you should know how temperature and precipitation will be identified. For temperature or rainfall, we can say dry or wet. For so we can't use the term the warm and cold. So for the temperature, we use the terms warm and cold. Okay. For dry and wet, guys. Okay. For precipitation, so precipitation is nothing but the rainfall, dry and wet. So for temperature, we use the terms like warm temperature, cold temperature, and all those. So depend upon its latitude, means its x and y axis. So on the air, depend upon its temperature and rainfall, the biome have been divided, guys. So biome has been divided in such a way that, so if we have the warm temperature and dry, means the rainfall is very low, then we have called it as warm desert, guys. Warm desert. So this classification has been called as warm desert. So the characteristics of warm desert is dry. Its precipitation is dry and the temperature is warm, guys. It's warm desert. So next we have classified. So next we have the grasslands. So grassland means its precipitation somewhat increased, guys. Means from dry to it's somewhat the wet, but the temperature is same, warm only. It's grasslands. Okay. And third we have the called as savanna. Savanna, guys. Okay. Savanna. And next we have tropical deciduous. And at last we have tropical rainforest. Guys, in such a way they have been divided. Its precipitation have been from dry, light dry to wet and wet. Both increase in the wet, guys. Okay, wet. Okay, in such a way its classification have been done. Means, but the temperature is warm only. So in इसके ऊपर they have done like that, guys. Okay, cold desert. And next we have prairies. Okay, we have next temperate deciduous. Okay, temperate deciduous. Okay, cold desert, prairies, temperate deciduous. So this, if you consider the earth, this is the tropical, guys. This is the tropical line. Tropical means, or we can say the equator line. Equator line. Okay, from equator to we are moving towards the polar, guys. Okay, as I mentioned before here, equator line. Okay, so इसके ऊपर we have the boreal और उसके ऊपर we have tundra और उसके ऊपर we have polar, guys. So guys, it's the distribution of the biome on the earth. Warm desert, grasslands, savanna, tropical deciduous, tropical rainforest. Okay, and cold desert, prairies, temperate deciduous, boreal, tundra, and polar. So boreal also we call as taiga. Taiga. Okay, so in such a way the biome has been classified, guys. So depending upon its precipitation and temperature, its classification has been made. So it's clearly explained in the geography, guys. Okay, it's a concept of geography. So I will explain you in simple concept, guys. Okay, what do you mean by warm desert, grasslands, savanna, tropical deciduous, tropical rainforest? So these are the things which occur at the tropical regions, guys. Okay, tropical regions. So we have divided our earth into some tropical, temperate, polar, guys. So tropical regions. Tropical, temperate, polar. Guys, this is geography concept. Just simply I'm explaining. So if you take the earth, guys, equator. Okay, tropical, tropics. Okay, temperate, polar. So that diagram I have mentioned in this one graph. Okay, this thing I have represented over here. That's it, guys. Okay, like we have in the north and we have in the south. Means tropical, temperate, and polar. So let us see its characteristics of the. So some of the characteristics of the few things, guys. So let us start our things with the tundra, guys. Okay, tundra. Okay, so the polar is the much snow content, guys. So there the habitat is very difficult to exist. So tundra. So what are the things that tundra will consist of? So I will take each and every one, guys, here and then we will explain in simply, guys. Okay, tundra. Okay, tundra is the exists in the northern and southern extreme regions, guys. Okay, northern and southern extreme regions. Tundra. Okay, northern and southern region of okay region of the earth. So in the northern and southern region of the earth is tundra exists. So what are the flora and fauna, guys? In every region we need to know what are the flora and fauna exist. What do you mean by flora? Flora means plants, plants, trees, all those things. Okay, and the fauna means animal organisms. So what are the plants exist over there? What are the animals exist over there? So in tundra region, the first of stands for the flora and fauna. So what are the flora that exist over the tundra? So here we have shunted trees, guys. Shunted grasslands. So here the entire part is covered with snow, guys. So we have very short grasslands also, and we have the no trees. So shunted grasslands and the no trees. So fauna, so the fauna may include snow owl and Arctic fox. So I want to explain in detail, guys. So those can exist over at this temperature and rainfall only. So whatever the temperature in the rainfall that exists over here means this is the rainfall, means this is temperature. So for this temperature and for this rainfall, those things can exist over this. If you bring the snow owl and want to stay here, very difficult, guys. Their survival can't exist over there. So those flora and fauna can exist only at this place. So the climatic conditions over here make them to survive, guys. Okay, so here snowy owl, Arctic fox are the fauna, and the flora includes the stunted grassland, guys. So notice, and they can also have the mosses and lichens. Okay, so these are the flora and fauna conditions of the tundra. So now let us move to the second one, guys. Okay, so the second one we have boreal or taiga. So boreal is also called as taiga. In boreal or taiga we have, so this exists at the places of North America, Northern Europe and Asia. Okay, so these are the places where the boreal taiga exists, guys. So you have one question, sir, you are writing the names, how I need to remember all those things, guys. Before you are starting a geography and environment, you should have basic things about your world map, guys. World map. So why I wrote over this, so if you take the world map, and if this is equator, so those things are located at this place, guys. So those regions are placed secondary. We have the northern, we have the North America, we have the Europe over there, and the Asia like that. So because of this place, they exist over there, na? So depend upon those conditions, I am writing those names, guys. Okay, if you go to the world map and you see exact place of the boreal or taiga, then you can see those country names. So in such a way I am writing, guys, that is nothing new. Also I am not bringing those names from anywhere, I am not writing like that. Okay, simply, so before having the things, if you see this if you go for this region, so you can find the North America, Northern Europe and the Asia, guys. Okay, so what are the flora and fauna? So flora and fauna. So flora here includes coniferous trees. Coniferous trees. So coniferous trees like spruce, firs. Okay, great. Coniferous trees like spruce and firs. Okay, and the fauna fauna includes so what are the fauna here includes is so these regions have the place where we can find the so this we can find, exactly they have the concepts of the tundra only, guys. So thoda difference means so maximum the whatever the ice caps will exist, so those things also will be found over there, guys. Okay, fine. Like we have maple. So in simple those things also going to exist over there, guys. Okay, like fox only, Arctic fox, snow deers, not snow covered leopards. So all these things will be going to exist in the boreal or tiger, guys. Okay, so now let us see to the temperate. So what are the things that exist in the temperate? So if you take the temperate, in the temperate regions we have the so in temperate regions their climatic conditions are the moderate, guys. So they are flexible for having the things like good agriculture, guys. So the agriculture conditions are favorable for the temperate conditions. Why? Because यहाँ पे बहुत ठंडा है, यहाँ पे बहुत गर्मी, guys. But this is a moderate condition, and here we have a good number of things. So what are the flora and fauna find over? The flora includes the flora of the temperate deciduous forest, or so the temperate deciduous forest we have oak, maple. Okay, see the oak and maple are the examples of the temperate deciduous forest. Okay, and the fauna and the flora insects. Okay, reptiles. Okay, both vertebrates and invertebrates. Okay, so these are the things find over temperate deciduous. So now let us see the warm desert. So warm desert are the places which are present in the interior of the continent, guys. So the plants and animals find over here. So we have the cactus. Why? Because they have they have no leaves now. So the water retaining capacity of these plants will be very less, guys. So as it is dry, it will be very difficult for them to use. So it simplest cactus. And the animals of the desert includes the desert animals. We have the like we can say the camel and all those in place. So nesting birds. Okay, so these are the flora and fauna which is present in the deserts. And we have savanna, guys. So the savanna are the one which are places. Sorry, guys, I forget where these places exist. Okay, so here we have the places like eastern North America, Central and South Europe. Okay, and the Western China, Japan and New Zealand. So these are the places where the temperate deciduous is located. If you see the map, so at this place you can find those countries. On such a way, I have written those names. That's it, guys. Okay. So we have done with the desert. So desert, we know that the examples of the deserts we have the Sahara Desert. This is warm desert. Okay, and we have the Thar Desert in India. Okay, these are the places where these deserts exist. Okay, means tropical regions. Okay, Sahara Desert in Africa and Thar Desert in India. Now we are moving to the savanna. So savannas are the grasslands, guys. Okay, this is a type of grasslands which is present in the tropical regions. So mainly this area includes the Africa. Okay, Africa are good for the savanna, guys. So what are the climatic conditions over there Africa present are there? So the fauna and flora. So there exist only grasses, guys, such that their survival for the fauna will be good. So grassland and the trees of sparsely located. So very sparsely trees are located, and they have the fire resistant trees, guys. Fire resistant grasslands. So fire resistant, sparsely trees, and they have thorny shrubs. So what are shrubs, guys? Small to medium range woody plants are shrubs. So these are the climatic conditions of the savanna, guys. The place is Africa. So fire resistant, sparsely trees, and the thorny shrubs. So what are the animals we will find here? So the animals include, so the animals which are found in this here includes rodents, elephant, okay, with rodents, elephants, lions, okay, these are the animals found in the Africa, guys. Now we will see prairies, guys. Okay, what are prairies? So this is also very, very important. Okay, prairies are found. Okay, guys, clear? So here we find the rodents, elephants, and lions. So prairies are also the grasslands. So savannas are the grasslands which are present at the tropical. Prairies are the grasslands which are present at the temperate, guys. So these are also the grasslands. So there. So I will take this to here, guys. Okay. So prairies are also the grasslands. And these are present at the North America and Ukraine. Okay, North America and Ukraine are the places of the grasslands. Okay, so what are the flora and fauna? So flora is dominated by mainly grasslands, guys. Entirely they are having the grasslands. So their habitat for the fauna become very easy, guys. Simply dominated by the grasslands. And fauna include bison, okay, cattle. So these are the one found in the grasslands. So guys, simply I have made the temperature and the rainfall variation and it's where these biomes are located, its flora and fauna. So enter each and every topic in depth will be done in the geography part, guys. Okay, clear? Now one more important we need to see is tropical rainforest, guys. So without this we can't go for the completion of this topic. Tropical rainforest. Tropical rainforest are the forests which are present in the equator, guys. As in equator we have rainfall good in number, rainfall is good, and the temperature is also good. So here we have rainfall throughout the year, guys. Throughout the year we have some content of the rainfall. Okay, max. So 7% of the earth crust is composed of this gas. Okay, this we have 7% as of earth crust. Okay, and the flora and fauna of this means, that is biodiversity of this region is 40%. Okay, means entire this system, these only consist of the 40% of biodiversity. Means this is a good habitat for the plants and animals to survive over here. Okay, and these have canopy grasslands, canopy forest, canopy means like we have one, so we have one tree, again we have one more tree, so these things are covered, guys. So it's very difficult to reach the sunlight over here, guys. Okay, so they are closely interlinked, guys. So no sunlight can reach over there. So the plants and animals which live at the lower, means at the ground level, find very difficult for their existence, guys. Okay, so guys, in this I want to end the biome of the session. Guys, we have mentioned what is precipitation, temperature, how its verification and how its distribution have been happened. So now let us move to the aquatic. Okay, we have classification of the ecosystem is territorial. The territorial ecosystem is known as biome. Now we will see how aquatic has been classified, guys. So with that, we will see the next topic, that is biosphere. We will end the session, guys. Okay. So we will see how the biome has been classified in the aquatic zone. Guys, so I have classified the biome depending upon the reasons how we have done. But aquatic classification for that, like that, for the classification of aquatic as such as we done in the biome is very difficult, guys. Why? Because in biome we have the land. Okay, so land it's made different from place to place, guys. Okay, depend upon its temperature and the rainfall. Whereas in aquatic zone it's very difficult to make such classification, guys. So aquatic can't be classified as then zones. So it's very difficult to classify the aquatic as the zones. Instead of zones, we can go for the life zones. Okay, guys. So aquatic cannot be classified as the biomes. Can't as biomes. So instead of biomes, we can go for the aquatic life zones. Okay. So in entire aquatic system, for example, if you take aquatic system, so this is the aquatic case. Okay. So instead of the as the biome, you can go for the life zones. Why? Because it's very difficult for the things to classify as the biomes. Why? Because here the existence will be very difficult, guys. Like depending upon temperature, rainfall, its vegetation, and all those things. Here we can do that. Here we can do that, but thus cannot be done over here. So that's why we have made as in the life zones. So what are the factors that depends upon the life zones? So what are the things that depends upon the life zones? Also in life zones we can see the sunlight penetration. So depend upon the sunlight penetration and depend upon the dissolved nutrients and temperature. Okay, and its physical characteristics. So guys, so it is an aquatic system, guys. So depend upon the sunlight penetration. So sunlight can reach maximum up to some extent, guys. Okay, maximum here, but sunlight can't reach over here, guys. So depending on the sunlight, we have made this as one reason. We have made this as one more reason. So up to here, this is one life zone, but here a different life zone. And dissolved nutrients. So what are the nutrients that present over at the upper surface and the lower surface? Its existence have been different. And temperature, guys. So temperature of the water at the surface will be very warm, guys. Whereas in the bottom it's very cold. So depending upon all these characteristics, we have made into the life zones. Okay. So aquatic can't be made as the biomes, but it can be divided as the life zones. So these are the why we made the aquatic as life zones, guys. Okay, clear? So those are the factors like physical characteristics and all those things, temperature, dissolved nutrition, and sunlight. So what is aquatic ecosystem? In aquatic ecosystem, so aquatic ecosystem. So in aquatic ecosystem, we have the fresh water, guys. Okay, fresh, the marine. So marine means that 3/4 of earth cover. So we have only 1/4 for our useful guys. 3/4 is earth cover is marine, which is not useful for us. Okay, 3/4 we have coral reefs, estuary, mangroves. So the aquatic ecosystem have been divided in such a way that coral reefs, estuaries, mangroves, marines, and freshwater. So in freshwater we have two types of gas, that is lotic and lentic. Lotic means moving water, and lentic means still water. Still water means stagnant. So this is UPSC question, as previous year questions. Okay, what do you mean by lotic? What do you mean by lentic? Lotic means moving water. The lentic means still static. So what are things that come under the lotic? So in lotic we see the rivers, springs. Okay, what is streams, runs. So you should know what are things comes under the lotic and what are things come under the lentic. So in lentic we have the ponds, okay, reservoirs, all those things. So these are the lotic and the lentic. Okay guys, clear? Okay. So this is very important question that UPSC may ask us. So estuary is the place where the sea and the ocean meet. Okay. So having this, we have done with the topic biogas. Now our last and important topic is biosphere. So such that we can complete the levels of organization in the ecology, and this chapter will also be complete. Okay. So we will move to the last topic, levels of organization in the ecology. Okay, levels of in that we move to the biosphere. So biosphere is nothing but the part of the earth where life can exist. It's a part of the earth. So earth में एक part है where life can exist. So that part is the place where the land, air and water coexist. Where the air, land and water coexist is the biosphere. For example, okay, see, air, land and water is coexist in place. Is biosphere. Bio means जहाँ पे life can exist. Is biosphere. Okay, so air, land and water coexist place is known as biosphere. Okay, so in biosphere we need the energy. That energy we can get from the sunlight gas. Okay, energy we get from the sunlight. Energy from sunlight. Whereas we get the nutrition. So we get the nutrition from the all these components includes. So we get nutrition from the air, land and water. So with the help of these components, we get the nutrition from the ecosystem guys in the system. So these will be recycled again and again. So in this way, its importance have been used. Okay. So but the biosphere can't be exist everywhere guys. For example, biosphere is absent at polar. Why? Because there you can't find the three. Air, land and water means very ice caps guys, ice caps full of ice, very difficult for, and the trenches, okay, and the Himalayas. So here, there, at these places it's very difficult to get the biosphere. So at these places these are absent. Guys, the biosphere is rich in the tropics, rich, but in the polar it's poor guys. Okay, the rich in the tropics and the polar it is very poor. Its biosphere can't be exist over there guys. Why? Because of the climatic conditions exist over there. Guys, with this I want to complete this session. So we have done. So first of all, let us recall what we have done in this in this class. In this class we have done what is ecosystem, its importance and its characteristics, and ecotone, edge species, edge effect, niche, all those things we have done in the ecosystem. In the biome, we have detailedly done its territorial land and aquatic system. And in biosphere, we have done what is its importance, its significance, and all those things, guys. So I have few questions, guys. I just make it read out. So please try to answer it, guys. So depend upon this class. Okay. So these are the questions which UPS can ask us. Why? Because so simply what is meant by niche. So UPSC may ask, guys, like concentration of species at ecotone. Okay. So second option, guys, less species at ecotone. And third one, okay, species, and third one we have the less species in ecosystem, and fourth one, more species in ecosystem. So what do you mean by it's not niche, it's edge effect. Edge effect is the concentration of species at the ecotone, guys. Ecotone means where it is junction. So this is the correct answer. So in this way UPSC ask question, guys. Okay, not less species, concentration of species, and less species in the ecosystem is not at ecosystem, guys. It is at ecotone, is the area of junction. So this is the questions which may UPSC ask, guys. Okay, to confirm, just you should have clear cut definition of each and everything, guys. Okay, fine. Everything understood? That I mentioned, this ecotone is the area of junction, okay, where two or more diverse ecosystems. But edge effect is the injunction where the living organisms are more in number. Means its density is more and the concentration of the species are more, but different from the adjacent, guys. Okay. So in such a way that will ask them. So those species are different from the adjacent, guys. Okay. Fine. So adjacent may be different or same, but thing is edge effect is the concentration of the species. So its concentration is more in number, its density also more in number. So what are the species it may be. Fine. Good. Okay. So now second question, guys. So about lentic. So which of the following is lotic ecosystem? Lotic ecosystem. Lotic. Okay. A. River. B. Pond. C. Spring. D. Reservoir. So you should know which are the lotic. Lotic means moving, guys. So here we have the river is also moving and the springs is also moving. So these two are the lotic ecosystems. So what are the lotic and what are the lentic? We should have clear cut definition, guys. Okay, fine. Okay, good. So we will move to the next question. So they will may ask the characteristics of the ecotone, guys. So ecotone characteristics, it's like narrow or wide. Okay, it may be depending upon the things, its conditions are intermediate. All those things will be asked, guys. And we will say one more question. So this guys, about biome. So they will ask me questions like this. So they will give the entire characteristics of the one of the biome, guys. Like I am giving here rainfall throughout the year. Rainfall throughout the year. More temperature. biodiversity is rich. Flora includes orchids. Fauna, gorilla. So which of the following categories are given below or belongs to regions? Tundra, taiga, temperate deciduous, tropical. So these are the type of questions will be asked by the UPSC guys. So they will do some data. So depending on that, you need to know. So which of the following will be having those type of characteristics. So the correct answer is the rainfall throughout the year. We have only tropics. Okay, we have the more temperature guys. The more temperature and rainfall. And biodiversity is rich. Flora is orchids and fauna is gorilla. So this we have the of tropical rainforest guys. Okay guys, so with this we have done with the chapter number 1 guys. So for any queries, you please contact me guys. I will be available in the staff room. So if you need to want me to suggest anything, please inform us. Okay, I am ready to change in the style of the pattern guys. Okay, thank you. See you in the next class. Okay.